What's up, YouTubers? This is Isaac Flores here with my first review on Double Flores. It's actually quite exciting. So last night I went to go see the Avengers Endgame, and it was the shit. Seriously, if you don't know what the shit is, nobody uses the shit anymore, but it's a pretty awesome saying. And to prove how much I love the Avengers, you see that over there? Yeah, that's my poster. Okay, so review time. It's hard to review an Avengers movie without talking about spoilers, so I'm not going to. I'm going to do a spoiler review, don't worry, but this is just the spoiler-free review. There is no spoilers whatsoever, and that's awesome about it, because then that means I have to find out new ways to talk about it. So, I was waiting for the Avengers Endgame ever since Infinity War, after that awful, heartbreaking scene, where all the Avengers, with half the Avengers dying, Spider-Man dying. It hurt me, so having to wait an entire year for the next one, it kind of sucked balls, but you had to do it. It's like the building up the anticipation, the magnitude of how awesome it was going to be. So, when the tickets went on sale, I got my ticket, and I gotta say, it's the best movie of 2019. Yeah, it's that great. So, pros. Special effects. Good God. Marvel, somehow, someway, you topped the special effects for Infinity War and made it your own. Thanos looks so much cooler in this movie. Like, all the aliens look really cool. Like, my only downside, though, is that Iron Man, he looks a little bit fake, but I think that's because they're blowed all their budget for the aliens in. And for all the big explosions, everything, and boom, it was like, shit, man. That looked lit to me. That was lit. That shit was lit. You get to see more Hulk. Well, sort of. It's a long story, but I'll explain it in my spoiler review in the con section. Captain America gets a proper conclusion. And I'm not going to spoil what happens to him, but in total, how Captain America's story arc ends is the most proper conclusion a character can get in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, kudos to the filmmakers. Let's see the final battle. I would love to tell you what the final battle is, but number one, that's a spoiler. And number two, it is so awesome that I can't even find words to describe it. It's almost as epic as the final battle in Return of the King. That is how awesome the final battle was. Hold up. Let's see. Oh, got it. I need this DVD for a sec. Don't worry. I really should have been prepared for this review, but I just wanted to get out of the way before I can get on my spoiler review in a little bit. Let's see, what else was there pro? Oh, got it. The music. Like the music they used for the final battle. Oh God, it's just so awesome. It's like the music, it's like Alan Silvestri, he did the music for Van Helsing. This guy he just nails it, man. He's just nailing it. He's nailing. Oh, okay, that sounds raunchy, but you get the idea. So yeah, everything about it is great. Now for the cons. It's too long. The movie just took way too much time. 3 hours, really too long. And by the time the 3-hour mark hit, I had to piss. Wish I didn't drink anything before I saw the movie. But I was sitting there in the theater saying, "Fuck you, bladder. The Avengers are fighting off Thanos with the big explosions everywhere. I'm not missing this for anything." So, yeah, you can pretty much tell it was a big deal for me. There were some heartbreaking scenes. I won't get into detail, but there is one death of a character that you will cry for and that will come unexpected. But you will think you know who's gonna die, but then you'll switch over to another character. So yeah, I'm not gonna tell you who it is because I'm not an asshole, but a major character does die, and it's really sad. And it's always the one you least expect. Who did that? But yeah, Avengers Endgame is probably the best Avengers movie I've seen lately. I give it a modest 9 out of 10, 4 stars out of 5. A must-see for any comic book fan, for any action movie fan, for any Alan Silvestri fan. Do those exist? They probably exist. And for any Scarlett Johansson fan, if you're a fan of anything, you'll probably like this movie. because in the end, this is all culminating to the final battle, and it really was a showstopper that you started from Iron Man and you went all the way to Avengers Endgame. It was a great 11 years, everyone, and I wish I was there to see Iron Man in theaters, but I didn't see Iron Man in theaters because I did not like Iron Man when I was a kid. I'm sorry, but now I love Iron Man, so it's cool. One thing I do want to say about this though was how in the end we all love to thank Iron Man, the first Iron Man movie for us getting this far, but we can't fully thank the first Iron Man movie. I don't think the first Iron Man movie. I think 1998's movie Blade, the first Marvel movie that didn't suck. It started off the comic book movie boom. I love to thank X-Men 2000, the first superhero team movie. And finally, Spider-Man, the movie that put Marvel on the map. Those three movies I thanked for getting the MCU. I'd love to thank Disney, Kevin Feige, and everyone who was a part of the MCU. You've been entertaining. Go see the Avengers Endgame and look forward to my spoiler review.